Hey guys, welcome to DevOps School. In this video tutorial, we are going to learn about Splunk.
But before we begin, let me inform you few things about us. DevOps School is one of the leading platforms which offers DevOps, cloud and containers technology training and certification programs for freshers and established professionals who wish to update and consolidate their skills in the dynamic IT scenario. We ensure that the training solutions are delivered by highly experienced domain experts with practical working experience in various verticals. Check out the dates and enroll with us for our upcoming batches. For more info, link and contact details are mentioned in the description below.
Okay, 60 days trial period is available for the enterprise, which you can install in your desktop, servers, cloud 15 days, and light, which is 30 days. Okay, so some of the questions, I think you should check the website for it. SIM, the one which I said, which is again paid services. 7 days of sandbox, you get it actually. So only 7 days. And there's one tool which is called Phantom, which is available with the free community editions also. Cloud, we talked about, free version is also there, but very limited features, one user, and you can store only the 500 MB data per day. And for very basic things, collect and index any machines and real-time search analysis like that. So on the costing, again, you should look for the official document for the latest costing and stuff like that. Okay, so now can we go ahead and install this, all of you? Hello?
Yes.
Okay, so guys, remember that what you can do, anyone can go and install this Splunk. So if you go for Splunk website here, and now here you see the free Splunk, okay? And here you can go and download the Splunk as per your need. So let's say there's a cloud platform and there's an enterprise platform. There's an infrastructure monitoring, Splunk on call. So I'm not talking about this one. They are doing it into everything actually. For security, again, here you have SOAR. And for DevOps related also, there's so many things. Here, observability, on call, infrastructure monitoring. So many APMs also they have. Splunk APM, Splunk RAM. So these all, I just said, right? This everyone wants to get into the observability domain. That means everything. But Splunk is powerful in a log analysis. So enterprise domain, if you go for it, you can download. You see that here. You can download for Windows, you can download for Linux, and you can download for Mac. As part of this sessions, I will do the Linux one, okay? But you can download for Windows also. 60 days trial period is available. Okay. Now, one thing I want to show you here, you can also download the universal forwarder also. So where is this link for it? Just it's not there here in this page, but you can see that pre-trial and downloads, and here forwarders for see it. So universal forwarder, which can read the data from the machines and different sources and download them. There's a one heavy forwarder also. Now the concept of heavy forwarder, I don't want to confuse you too much, but yeah, it's there. Splunk, this one itself you can convert as a heavy forwarder. How? There is a process for it. Okay, so these are the download available. You know what? Just for saving our times, I already downloaded some of the software, and let me use that in my CentOS. So all of you are able to see my screen?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So let me start one of my box. I'll just stop it. Just give me 2 minutes, and I'll increase the little bit of RAM. So how much RAM? So I'll go for 6 GB because I don't want that demo should be having any problem because of RAM. Because offline you can do with a try with a little bit less RAM. Now system requirement for Splunk, I think you can read it offline also, like what is the CPU, RAM, storage, operating systems, and all 32-bit, 64-bit browser. All these things I feel this should not be a challenge. You can read. Okay, so now my username is root Rajesh123. Yeah, so IPA. So NMTY. Okay, so my IP address is 9 today. So let me log into 9. SSH, what is that? Root at the rate of 192.168.1.9. I've logged in Rajesh123. That is a password. Now, what I will do, now guys, you need to decide what kind of download you want to get it from Linux. Because if you see that here, Linux, you have many things. You have a Debian package, you have RPM package, you have a tarball also. So it's up to you which one you want it. It's up to you. Now you can go for anything. So what I did just to save time, all this thing I already the exact URL on the command line. I just stored it before the session only. So you just don't waste a time in finding out all this stuff. Okay, so here, this is the all the URL you can see, which is for the Splunk Enterprise. So this is a MSI for Windows, this is for Windows, this is for Debian, this is for RPM, this is for Tarball. So whichever way you want it, you can go for it. So I'm using the Tarball. It'll be easy for us to discuss it. So go to OPT. I'm doing everything in OPT and wget and this URL. Enter, and it should be done in few seconds. Just wait for it. Any questions so far?
No.
Just few more seconds. I think we should be having it.
Yeah.
Okay, so done. So here I got this package. What I'm going to do, tar hyphen zxvm and extract it. Enter. Now, guys, here this is the latest version, by the way. Okay. So I'm extracting it. Almost done. So guys, this is the extracting. I did it. Now I'll go inside it here. Okay. Now if you are into Splunk administration, you should know all this directly and why do we have it. Okay. So for time being, we should know only bin directory. Okay. That's where that our start stop commands are there. But this is the software, all the libraries are here. And here configurations of Splunk's files, you can find it. So right now we should go inside it. Okay. Now there's so many tools actually. Okay. There's so many tools, including Python also, and so many tools actually. But right now we just want to start the Splunk. So if you see that here, you can start the Splunk. Now I want to show you one command. Using that, you can save a little bit more time, and that is accepting licenses. So where is that? Let me run that command for you. Yeah, so this command, okay. Can you see all of my screen? Okay. Hello?
ఏది అన్నావు ఎవరికి చపాతి చేసాయిందంటే అమ్మ చపాతి వద్దంట కదా ఆ పాప తినలే మామ మనకు అమ్మ వచ్చినా చేస్తాను అవ్వకి ఏమని చెప్పిందంటారా నీకు వచ్చింది కలిపింది అవ్వ అవ్వ వృద్ధమని చెప్పలేము
Can you switch off your mic, please?
సారీ
Yeah. So here a Splunk start and accept licenses. Okay. So this way you don't have to struggle reading their license, pretty huge document actually. So just you can save little bit time here also. So directly you can run this command and start it. Now what is your please enter your administrator name, username. So here please read this. Don't run any don't feed anything blindly because you're learning process. Splunk software must create an administrator account during a startup only. Otherwise you cannot log in. So if you ignore it, then you'll be in a problem. Create credentials for administrator account. Characters do not appear on the screen when you type it. Please mind it. So ADMIN, enter. Now what is the password? Here I am going to write the password, which is Rajesh 123. Rajesh 123. Okay. So I did it. It was not visible on the screen, but please remember that. Okay. So almost done. Just wait for a few seconds. Now you see that, guys, waiting for web server on 8,000 port. So if someone will ask you what is the 8,000 port, so any idea what is 8,000 port for anyone? Anyone? All of you? Hello?
Sorry, what was the question?
What is the 8,000 port? Which component we have for the 8,000 port in Splunk? Okay, guys, look at this architecture.
Is that not for the web interface?
What we call it in Splunk? Guys, always remember this image, and that is where is that? This
the
one.
search head?
Yes, that's the search head. Okay, Indexer is not having any UI, search head has a UI. Okay, so actually you are accessing the search head on the 8,000 port. Okay, now for time being, let me tell you some of the precautionary stuff. You must, if you want to access that VM from outside, you should disable the firewall. Now these are the things I expect you should know or you should be keeping in mind. I stop this, I disable also for time being. Mine is already disabled, but I'm still doing it because of you. I want to show you why I'm disabling, because I can access this IP address from outside. So here 192.168.1.9 and port number 8,000. Okay, and now this is the search head. Please remember This is the search head. Now, I hope you remember the username ADMIN and password Rajesh123 and sign in. This is the admin password you have logged in. I repeat, you have every sort of access what you can have it. Okay, now don't ignore any message because it's a learning process. Storage engine migration recommended. So you should read this stuff and then don't show me for time being, and done. Now guys, you see that I said very clearly in Splunk, everything is all about apps. So you know what? Search and reporting is one app. Python upgrade readiness app. Splunk essentials for cloud and enterprise app. Splunk secure gateway is app. More app, find more apps. Are you understanding, all of you?
Yes. So if you want to add the same to read, the same is the same an app as well.
Yes, many apps you can find on this. So most of the time, 90% of the time, you will be working with the search and reporting. Okay, if you are not administrator, if you want to search for it, you can go for it and search administration. Here, this is a welcome one. Well, continue to the tour. So look at this here. This is a source type. Okay. Next, sources host. Host 5 means you are getting logs from the 5 hosts. Source 8 means you are getting a 8 different log files which you are monitoring. Source type means 3 source type means these are the 3 types of logs you are getting it. Next, see here. This is where you can search. It's like a Google search. Yeah, yes, you should know how to search, and that is called SPL. I'll teach you. Okay. Here, timeline. You can select, I want to see 1 week of data, 1 week of log, or 15 days of log, or 5 years of log. You can set this. Here, you can, this is the one line actually. I repeat, this is the one line of log. Okay, time, you see that some of the common format, you have a time series and stuff like that. And you know what, many things you can do that. You can right click, add to search, exclude from search, and create a new search also. Okay, it's like a, see, don't take Splunk very seriously. It's like a search engine, Google. You have plenty of logs. You need to search and find out the problems in the your infrastructure, because all the infrastructure logs is stored in Splunk. Okay. Now this left side you have a filters. So many filters are there. So the primary filters are host, source, and source type. But you have, depends on what kind of data you have. Let me add my. So what kind of data you have? You may have a fields also. So now, you know, it depends on what kind of data you have. The fields are auto-generated. By the way, you can also generate a fields also. And these are the categories ID, multiple reports and values you can see. And this is the visualizations. Here you can see the different sort of charts. You can see that you can decide that what kind of charts you want, what is x-axis, y-axis, all these things. And reports, you can download it or see that. You can create a dashboard, you can create alert somewhere on the top and try it out. So guys, this is your Splunk search head, the one which I was talking about. Any questions so far? Any questions so far?
No question. No.
Okay. So guys, here, simple thing, understand this. It's very simple flow. Here, you know what? This one which I'm showing you, the server, which have multiple things. What is multiple things I'm talking about? So here you have indexer also, and plus search head also together. Okay, this server, Splunk server, 2 things we have. Forwarders, universal forwarders, I need to set up. So from universal forwarder, see here, you will set up a universal forwarder, let's say in Windows. Okay, and this forwarder will take the data from the windows and then send it to indexer. Indexer, by 5 best practices I said very clearly, and after that search head will search the data. Spelling mistake, I guess. SEARCH, correct? Yeah. And look at the arrow sign. I'm putting up mean. So I am accessing on the search head 8000. This will search the indexer. Indexer will get the data from forwarder. Forwarder will take the data from the Windows, Linux, this, that, hello Robert, any source, any source. So guys, are you comfortable so far?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
So guys, here what we need, I need to feed some data so I can search. Now I can search, but I don't have a data right now. I don't have any data. Okay, so what do we do in this case? What we do in this case? So when you don't have a data, so you need to have some data. So for that, I will go into setting. Guys, you know what? This is the, if you are an admin of Splunk, you should know all these options. And this is the real learnings which you have. Now I will be little slow and I will read it. When I am coming to this platform, I will read it. Okay, so this is the knowledge. Knowledge means knowledge, that's all. So knowledge means what kind of knowledge you can store your searches. Sorry, it's going a little fast. See here, knowledge means knowledge. I can store my searches for you. I can store my reports. I can have alerts. I can have a data model. I can have event types. I can customize the tags, fields, lookups, user interface, alerts action, and some configurations. That's the knowledge at Splunk. Remember, Splunk is enterprise search platform. That means anything which is happening in your organization, in a dev machine, QA machines, pre-production machine, production machines, app server, web server, database server, load balancer, cache server, anything, you will find log here. Someone has to set up like that. So this is a knowledge for entire organization you can store at Splunk. Now here, if you go for it, system, many things are there. Okay, system, server settings, server control, some health report manager, some instrumentation, licensing, workload management. Wonderful. Now here we have a data sections, and data section I should read a little bit more in detail. Data inputs, and here you have forwarder and receiving, and here you have indexes, some acceleration summaries, visual indexes, and source type. Now here, if I look at this, I need one thing from here, and that is data input and indexes, which I need to know for time being. No, I don't need to know everything. By the way, if you want to create an enterprise distributed Splunk setup, then distributed environment will help you. You can create indexer clustering, forwarder management, data fabric, federation search, and distributed search. All these things you need to set it up. By the way, if you want to control the access of Splunk, roles you have, users you have, tokens you have, password management you have, and authentication you have. So guys, add data, this under setting, you have to become comfortable. Explore data means this one, and the third one, monitoring console, here you have this one. Monitoring console means all the forwarders will be able to monitor from where the data is coming one by one. Right now, this is the monitoring of the enterprise Linux. It's the latest edition, by the way. So 8.2.6, and how much RAM I have given, all these things you can monitor. So I have not set up any forwarder and not enable the monitoring, because the moment you enable the monitoring, you start consuming lots of CPU. And I don't have that much of CPU and RAM, so I have not enabled the monitoring. So add data. So guys, for time being, you know what? I need not everything. I need only that some data at indexes. Why? Because my goal is to search something, because I want to learn SPL, and that's the 80% of your work. Remember that once you set up a forwarder, it keeps sending the data to indexer. But what do? You keep searching for the problems in the data, in the logs. So this is the SPL is our goal and goal for the today. And I should get some data and I should start searching. So are you comfortable so far, guys, all of you?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah. So guys, here I will go to and click on the indexes. Indexes where the data is being stored. I clicked on it, it should be coming. And here you see that, now you see that here I have not created any index. Mind it, I have not created any index, but I got many index. So basically these are the system default index which got created. By the way, one index which is default, which where we can feed the data. What was the name of it? Anyone remember that in the discussion I said? Anyone remember that?
What's the question again?
Anyone? Which is the one index name where the data is being stored by default by the users, by the forwarders. Default index in simple way, where the data will be stored, logs will be stored. Okay, so it was a main index, guys. See here. You can store in any index, okay? But this is the default index. Okay, so that means if the forwarder send the data and if you do not specify where it has to be stored, this is the index. Okay, so guys, look at this here. So many indexes are there. You don't need to get lost right now. Here you have audit index. You can edit, delete, disable, enable, all these things. You can do that. Events type. Remember that I said index. There are two types. One is event type, and another one is metric type. Means there's a algorithms for it, there's a structure, there's a schema for the event. Okay, so this event this index is very good for events, for storing the event kind of data, but this index is very good for storing the metrics data. Okay, metrics data means like a CPU is a one matrix, RAM is one matrix, that can be converted into the logs and stored it here. Okay, so this is the event main, which is a events itself, not a matrix where you can store. By the way, these all are apps coming from this event, coming from the system. Now, what is this current size? Most of this 1 MB because of initial fuse dummy. Max size is 500 GB. 500 GB, correct? Is that correct? No? I'm reading 500 GB. 488 GB is coming, but you can consider 500 GB. And number of events count 0. Earliest events, latest events. Where this path, if you want to know the path, then you should go for it. So a Splunk DB, audit DB. So this is the locations in the server, and frozen path, status, enable, disable, all stuff like that. So guys, this is where you can go and create a new index. For time being, I'm creating one index, name with the Rajesh index. Okay, you want to store what kind of data? You want to store event types of logs or metrics types of logs. So you'll go for the event types of log. Where the home path, you can specify different path also, but I will leave it this as it is because optional. Cold path, third path. These all I leave it as it is. And here data integrity check. You want to check the data. So enable, disable. Remember, if you enable, it will consume a little bit more CPU. So I'm just making it disable. But options are available for this. Max size of entire index is 500 GB. Okay. And here max size of hot, warm, cold bucket, this we need to discuss right now, and frozen path. So when you get into the storage, you do all the stuff and create it. So Rajesh is the one index. You can edit, delete, disable, types of event. This is powered by app which is called monitoring console and all this stuff. So I created a index. Now this is done where I am going to store it. Now I should have some data into the index. How do I feed it? So there are two ways. Either you can install the forwarders, or should we find out some other way, which is a lazy way? Let's go for it. Data inputs.
Along with that, you can access our other tutorials such as Docker, Ansible, Jenkins, Terraform, Splunk, AWS, Azure, and various other DevOps related premium tutorials with our channel membership. If you would have any issues with our channel membership, you can drop an email to us at contact@devopsschool.com, or you can also unsubscribe from channel membership anytime if you don't want to continue or did not like the video. To get our channel membership, click onto the join button, select the $399 plan and grow your skills immensely. Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest. Thanks for watching.
Hello everyone. If you would like to access the remaining videos of this playlist of 50 plus more tools which are coming under DevOps, DevSecOps, SRE, DataOps, GitOps, etc., kindly become our channel members by clicking on the joining button. You would have access to hundreds of playlists and thousands of videos lifetime access with this membership. Enjoy.